Who's there? Hello? I can help you.
Get back! You don't belong here!
Listen, I know it hurts, but...
Mauputul!
Trinity.
Thank you.
¡Puede! ¡Puede!
Who are you? What's your purpose here?
I'm a researcher. Lara Croft.
They'll be back. We must find safety. Bring her. You're not only my son, you're my heir. You must not court unnecessary danger. Had you not been there, would this woman have found us? I'm glad you're safe. If you're not with the cult, how did you find this place?
I followed a map from a temple. I was expecting ruins, not you or any of this. The cult. Why did they attack your son? I recognize their insignia. I know them as Trinity. I'm trying to stop them.
Stop them from doing what?
They're looking for an artifact. Some sort of box connected to a moon goddess.
Why do you want it? To steal it? Sell it?
No. I just can't let Trinity, the cult, get to it first. They're too dangerous.
Why? What have they done to you?
They killed my father. Can I show you something? Do you know what this is?
This is by Titi. You're already here.
By Titi, the hidden city. But what's this eye?
That is a place of death and sacrifice. And you think your artifact is there?
Yes.
No, none who has gone has ever returned.
I'd be willing to try.
You would risk it simply to stop the cult?
Yes.
Bring him in.
Jonah.
Are you okay?
Do you know this man?
He's my best friend. Abby.
She's fine.
Who else is looking for you?
There's no one else.
I believe we're seeking the same thing. We will bring you to the serpent with the silver eye, but we'll keep your friend here. You won't get very far if you're lying, and he will not be comfortable.
You don't need to do that.
It's fine. I'll stay.
Etzli, get this woman some clothes. Uchu, keep him company.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
All right. Pretty nice place.
Quiet.
This is incredible. I don't know your name.
I apologize. As the rebel leader, I have to be careful. I am the rightful queen, Unuratu. Edsley, you still owe me a scouting report.
Yes, Mom. There was one thing this morning.
Yes?
I saw Hakan debating with his neighbor. He seemed angry. As I came near, they suddenly stopped talking. Then they started laughing as if one had made a joke.
He's planning something. Good work.
Thank you, Mother.
As you can see, secrets don't stay secret for very long by Titi. If you were to deviate from the plan,
You'd find out quickly. I see that.
she's here to help me find something I lost. You don't have to worry about that.
Was Father a scout when he was my age?
He was a hunter.
Was he ferocious?
He could be, but he was also very kind.
Either quali.
Look around if you wish.
Message stage.
I will be in the market across the river when you're ready to find the box of fish.
Titijan, tenetin wila.
Sokirtaki. Tasata wale bashalo. Malob. Vale matu joklal.
The cult is increasing its guard
And why?
because of the storms.
What can a guard do for a storm?
I'll explain later.
Beautiful.
Hello,
The market has everything.
Edsley. I'm sure she has seen many markets before.
Outside?
Yes.
But ours is the best.
We're not far now.
Hakan!
What is this?
Cultist, waiting for their deity to appear. When the catastrophes come, the god Kukulkan must be sacrificed to power the sun. Otherwise, the world dies.
Sacrifice a god?
The sacrifice is my duty. But this cult leader will take my place and attempt to become the god. He believes we can remake the world and live in a paradise of his design.
Remake the world.
What?
I've heard those words before.
There he is!
I know him. That's Dr. Dominguez.
Behold! The
instrument of our unity and salvation. Soon, our dreams of peace and safety will be realized.
They already call him Kukulkan, but his real name is Amaru. He was born here, but raised, lied to, by outsiders. The people believe in him.
But you don't.
My late husband, Saidi, was his brother. They had differences over the future of Paititi. When Saidi died, Amaru devoted himself to the cult.
You have seen the storm. You are worried about worse to come. I assure you that Paititi will persevere and thrive forever!
I know him will. If Amaru is successful, all of us who disagree will never see this paradise. The rebels will be discarded.
Not if they don't find the box.
Yes. Our best hope is to find it first. Perhaps Amaru might still be brought to see love and reason.
Death to the outsiders! Retribution will come!
Hakan! Enough!
We must strike while the snake is within reach.
Justice will be met in good time. Do not jeopardize our rebellion for the sake of impulse. Edsley, go scout ahead. We'll meet you at the edge of the mountain. Last warning. Go. Follow Edsley. Your clothing won't hide you long from these guards.
Okay, I'll find the box.
You've been warned to keep the peace.
I was just out for a pleasant stroll with my son.
Amaru is losing his patience.
It won't happen again.
Jonah, can you answer?
Yeah, me and Uchu set up camp.
Dr. Dominguez is originally from Paititi. Trinity has had a presence in Paititi since the 1600s. The former leader of the High Council, Gualtiero de Luca Dominguez, an Italian cardinal, saw great potential in a little boy and trained him, like a son, to be his replacement. He moved up in the ranks until he became the leader of the High Council. He has lived most of his life outside of Paititi, returning often but not staying long. His real name is Amaru, but as the high priest of the cult in Paititi, many people call him by his honorary title, Kukulkan. He has brought the key of Shakshel home from Cozumel and has assured his people he will use it to protect them. Amaru wants the silver box of Ishel to protect Paititi from the encroaching dangers of the outside world. But already he is being tempted by the possibility of remaking the world in his own image.
Everything's okay.
Dominguez is here. He's the leader of the cult of Kukulkan. That's what Unuratu's rebels are fighting.
What?
He's been here for years. Trinity controls Paititi.
Whoa.
I'm going to the Eye of the Serpent. We have to get the box before the next cataclysm hits.
Etzli yetel tene sukin bashalon mantats. Balemain will tilekinova. Beijing walling wogel bastene. Jam basho kanan tiubetik. Kanan tial tulakalon. Baleta kingwilik. Mishmak pulik tunichach kunachtal ichilial kajo.
A heavy-breasted woman wearing serpents around her waist. This is Kuatlikyu, whose name literally means skirt of snakes. She's also called Tetio Inen, the mother of the gods. She gave birth to the moon and the stars and had over 400 children, including the sun god Huitzilopochtli, who was also god of war. In addition to being a mother, she's seen as the devourer of all that lives. It's said that she was herself sacrificed to bring about this current age of creation.
Yane, matuchika hilbashku yalik lechilamu. Vale. Tile tikuyal al bashukat leyunsilobo. Mashon tialkak ap en old egbel.
This depicts the story of Viracocha, the father of all creation. He formed the heavens, the earth, the sun and stars, the moon, time itself, and all living beings, including the other gods. At first, Viracocha was considered to be the supreme god of the Inca, but with time that honor passed to his son, Inti, the god of the sun. Still, Viracocha retained his link to the sea. His name literally means fat or foam of the sea. This garishly decorated fire drill appears to be a part of the new fire ceremony, an Aztec celebration of the new year. It consists of 5 days of fasting, bloodletting, and sacrifice. The fire drill is meant to be placed upon the chest of the freshly sacrificed. It sparks, feeding a large bonfire that ignites the flames of every nearby temple. This one, however, doesn't appear to have been used, as the notches are clear of blood. After the long dry season, when the rains finally fell, the rats left their burrows looking for more food. They brought with them pests. Those afflicted bleed from their ears and nose and died in terrible pain and terrible numbers, leaving many once populous cities empty. All full up. Can't carry any more. Someone's taken this old walkie-talkie apart. Were they making an attempt at reverse engineering, I wonder? I don't think anything could have prepared me for this place. The people, their history, everything they've lived and who they are today. To hear him tell it, Amaru, Dominguez, Kukulkan only wants to keep Paititi safe. But I've seen the lengths he'll go to, the murder and cruelty. I have to stop him. Unuratu approached the throne through the crowd. She walked beside it, but did not sit. "Why do we continue to believe this lie?" she asked the crowd. "Kukulkan controls this city, and I will no longer wear a smile and pretend it is any different. I will not be his puppet, trotted out to wave and smile." The guards cut her off quickly and ushered her away. Then they advanced, with weapons drawn to disperse the crowds. This describes something nearby. Canals bring water to the arid parts of the village, and they washed me away.
witch! Why, ma?
An Aztec-influenced mask, decorated with items native to the area around Paititi. The Paititians made peace with each other and followed Yaskar Yahweh, recently acclaimed as emperor, to a site in the mountains to begin anew, certain they will not make the same mistakes as those before them. Itzamna is the son of the Maya creator god Hunabku. He was the god of education, responsible for inventing writing and books. This made him an essential figure in the development of Maya culture. He was also god of agriculture and created farming. He even presided over doctors, healing people with the help of his red-hot hand. Usually Itzamna took on a reptilian aspect, but he was also known as Kinichahal, a fire macaw, who is the patron of the number 4 and controlled drought and disease. Maya and Inca stood shoulder to shoulder against their brothers on one side, those who wished to retreat and start fresh, and those who wished to expand and conquer neighboring territories. Ill-suited to the local land, the Maya's agriculture techniques of slash and burn soon led to a food shortage. At the risk of starvation, they entered into treaties with local pre-Inca tribes, gaining new technologies and crops. The traders arrived, bringing new goods, and then the farmers, with new crops and techniques. Eventually, as more and more of the outsiders arrived in Paititi, they eventually took administrative control. This staff has a jury-rigged flintlock mechanism similar to those from European firearms. The cultist priests must have used this during their ceremonies to awe the crowds. Each Taka of the cult of Kukulkan vows to tie his coat to that of Yutu, descendant of the Maya. Lacking any family of his own, each Taka will live with the parents of Yutu until such time that they have built their own home and hearth. Yutu vows to tie her coat to that of each Taka. She will bear him many children, which they will raise according to the traditions of both their peoples. We leave the city at first light, which is just as well, for a terrible disease has spread across it. Dead and dying line the paths and choke the streams. Many are saying it is punishment from the gods. Journal of Adelantado Perez. November 1603. I accompanied Andreas Lopez, a group of 12 soldiers and 2 Molosses through the jungle. The directions the Jesuits provided Trinity were excellent, so we discovered the hidden city with little difficulty. The natives of the city welcomed us warily, but we plied them with gifts, and they reluctantly allowed us to enter the city, unaware of our true intentions. Lopez has begun to search for the artifact while we distract the city's leaders. Villager claims to have seen a strange creature in the streets. They followed it to a walled-in alley where it disappeared. Citizen describes similar experience in Upper City. Woke to discover something trying to climb in a second-story window. When she yelled, it dropped to the street and disappeared. We'll continue to monitor. All full up. Can't carry any more. Can't quite make the dialect out. I can't figure out what this means. How can these shapes be Incan when they look like airplanes? Oh, I see. They're insects of some sort. Archaeology is a very delicate field of study. You have to put yourself in the mindset of people and cultures who died centuries before you were even born. Humans interpret strange phenomena based on what they already know. If the Inca had seen planes, they might have assumed they were some sort of bird. Given that, these shapes may not be insects after all. Some of them look more like fish. Patoli is said to be one of the oldest games in America, played by all walks of life. Players were known to gamble all of their worldly possessions over a single round, from blankets and precious stones to their homes and even their family's freedom. The god of art and games, Makwilshoktl, is considered an active participant in the game, responsible with bestowing offerings upon the winner. So much on the line for a simple game. Some things never do change.
kuchpensik balo. Kuyali kelevi, lewaniyoi, leoktulobo, kukalantik letakino. Vale so kinkashantik tulakaltushe. Mabecha hakinkashantik yobi. Minano bilal. Bastial kukash kubay mak. Ubet kumpel bash na adbil. Wamish balu belal.
As it was foretold, heralded by the column of flame burning through the night, and the destruction of our temples, and the warnings of the weeping woman and the two-headed man, the strange warriors astride great deer arrived with the rising sun. They murdered the weak leaders and claimed the land and the people as their own. All full up. Can't carry any more. The peak of this mountain is hidden behind thick clouds. I can't be sure what these two smaller hills on either side of the mountain are supposed to represent.
Pelkin hach jan meyaj. Haj. Kukulkan tuyalaj jan ubinton utzil. Vale. Llave laili. Uchamaju kupsibalobe.
Sokin walidech. Kabei hutzolo. Kukulkan ubeki. Letikun kokesikon.
Masho matu o kesak. Ol.
Lekin kuchu ahawile si. Jano keji.
This elaborate pipe is sculpted to resemble Xicuatl, an Aztec serpent spirit painted in green, blue, and yellow. Its sides are decorated with semi-precious stones. The inclusion of jade indicates at least a measure of Maya influence. The bowl still reeks of burnt roots and smoke. Not an entirely unpleasant aroma.
Matin hach cajol tikech. Bashka betikweye, tushta hokesach lebuko.
It was given to me by Unuratu.
Payaltantanech tumenle y shahao. Matin wota imbet le talamilo. Much sasten.
It's all right, don't worry.
Bashku pakta lek beltik tawolal. Malo. Yum tsilobe utsop et etel. Ni bola li shik. Ukuchulusutu kil hachpek nahan. Ineshetail. Le kushotobo. Le kukimesiko balcheo. Achuyov. Achbonov. Beishantak leachkan sahobo. Tulakal lehatzil kajo. Tanulike sikubao. Hachpek nahan. Le kuchil koonolo. Le kushtala yabash bashop. Hatz utstak kutasik. Tile nohkaha yetel. Tiukajnalop. Tulakalon unahin guanti con kukulkan. Ujetsu tumben kajal. Le tumben yokol kaba.
Uy, ishmeken isin.
Akat konulshan? Uye, istikyahiltinkashtil tialintal kunak.
Tribute to who?
Ukilich kunitsakil kukulkan, pey, kukantikov tan chumuk titulakal bashkon tekino. Guaco tukultikov mayab kinsaktiobe.
I understand.
Ni bola lishik, veituno. Chanamanig wabash? Mandats timpatik inkesh.
Mishmakulak kupak talujilik. Chente.
Are you okay?
Ma, piskole kimeno tuchajin bakil, bultsole mishmak oxaholtiken. Tuchaj!
A dead man took your dice. Are you sure you didn't lose them?
Hachka sanich heshulakobo.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'll tell you what. I'll pay very close attention, and if I see Pisco the dead, I'll ask for your dice back.
Hachhag? Kaukesajoltiken?
It wouldn't be the first time the dead seemed to speak to me. The people of the Andes have been perfecting the art of weaving for thousands of years. This chuspas is a wonderful example. Woven of llama or alpaca hair and traditionally used to carry cocoa leaves, it clearly highlights the weaver's skill. Beautiful.
Bejo, Litech.
Impossible. I can't carry anymore. It's difficult to make out. People settled between two rivers. They weren't alone. However, these outsiders don't appear dangerous. This jade mask would have been placed on a noble's corpse during his funeral. The artisans were reputedly able to create an almost exact likeness of the wearer. Are you Pisco the Dead?
Kupaktal a weekend? Taktung kanchak mas paktal ilik pisko. Kimenesh shan ishik?
No. So you are Pisco the Dead?
Pisco. Ukos lejum tsilovo.
I'm Lara.
Lara, humpel chatzutskaba. Lara, Ma kimenechi.
Neither are you.
Why? Bey, janilinki me saltin palile. Lebeti que visa ben witzjete le nubexajo. Tsoke sabih. Vale.
But you survived.
Chening winkilal. Kimeneno tialin laktilov, yetelinetailov. Kinkustal yeteletakunesahku patalteno.
I met a boy who says Pisco stole his dice.
Taki? Letikat kak bash kumpel bash al katung tinahaltach. Majaval yanteni. Vale, yetelutzol al tinahaltik lebakil bulo.
What's the game?
Tsikbal nenjetel hotul, toholchintan makop. Uy, awuy, uyit satil yetel, alten basten chek taki. Beituno. Kinsik tech le bakil bulobo.
I can do that. Hello.
Bishavelishik, Helanin Wilik Huntul, Itsulul Kolel Guaye.
Pisco sent me to speak with you.
Ah, Pisco. Utsulubulten.
You've seen other outsiders.
Chen Huntul, Kichkelem Kachil, Utsjetel Yutzil Mak, Et Yakuntaba, Vale, Humpel Yakunach Maunahi, Makamben Kuyalik, Umuchkilich Kunesahil Gugulkan.
That's awful. I'm sorry.
Patenkimil, Kashente Puko. Tu ospel kinile, tinka machle kimilo, le tunka tu kashten, le tsulul mako, tu wachen jetel tutsaken.
Who was he?
Ma inwohel bishukabay, sokuman jabhab, palekeshika inkaile, yankin kimbin shimbal tepukubo, tushanukule kondor, solekin molik kukkumop, beyokupakta lukajalten.
That's a remarkable story. Thank you for trusting me with it.
Nibolal yo la guyi kenishik.
Hello. Pisco sent me.
Hachkach?
Did you say you were cast out for lying?
Maishik, the holchinta ben yo olin wali kuhahil. Chen letin ke vano.
What happened?
Una hinwalik main will mish huntul ischulul koleli, mishmak o kesach olti kuhahil, mishbikin utig.
What outsiders?
Washnokop tzole helanu kulbate elantiantiop, kutakikop kantun. Tingo lahti le much, kilech kunesahil, jol el kantun jet el tzulul makobo. Tohol chintaben yol tus nachen. Tus? Le kantunot ya le diop. Humpel kineya nu jilal, o kapela kilemuch, kilech kunesahilo.
So what do you do now?
Tulaka luke sapte nishik, inkuchil impachtalil, inkaba. Balebeyu na huyuchulo, jolin wilik minan balin belal.
And you found one?
Be, ikilinkanantik lemanilo, tinguantik le kintsil makuchuko. Uchibal ishahau unuratu, uhajal halachilov paititi. Vale kilich kunesahil kukulkan. Tulakal bash king wilik, king wijik yetel tulakal bash in wojele, tialinguantik le kushul batelo.
A worthy cause.
Kintushtik makobo, koltik le kantun suk utalesi, le tzulul makobo. Mantatskupatikob humpeli likuchil.
Sounds like you're making a difference in a lot of people's lives. Thank you for sharing. It was nice talking with you.
Veshantidenishik.
Tan Oltikishel.
Hello. Are you one of the outcasts?
Beyishik, Chaska.
I'm Lara. Pisco sent me.
Pisco lekimene, tutushte chwaye, chehel tabech tiubashalil patoli.
No. A boy Taki lost his dice. I'm trying to win them back for him. Pisco wanted me to talk to all those who've been cast out before he gives them back to me.
Helanin wilik matuyotach bashalta wetel yolali?
He is.
Ah, malo. Chenku pachtal in walik teche. Tohol chintaben, hebish pisco. Luke sapten meyach. Yetel tsel kunexaben. Vale. Mayol jumpel lobili. Yol jumpel baltim betach. Yetel helin kabetike.
What happened?
Techi jana palal?
No.
Mishten. Mauts oltaben tumelitshel. Vale. En shunalile anchach ostul. Upal al sole. Ten ush alansahil tu ostulil. In yamob beyin tialobe. Vale tsel kunesaben.
What did you do?
Okolen, Lara.
What did you steal?
Humpel lech kalil jade.
Why?
Kayara leutupilo, tuyilach le lechka, kabinon ekshimbal, juntuletai. Tuchach, yan kach uchukul, yan kach utohol chintal. Sole chen chanchupal, tinwalaje tenchaej. In shunani le tujan paitachten, le leshkalo, tupuchach lum kashikih, tohol chintaben yol lelo.
I'm so sorry.
Maulubula woltin wolal. Wakakabet chake, helenkabetike, kayara, tuchach unat sole, beklae utskushlik, tene, beklae uchuyen ischel, hebish ukansilen inae. In kayara, yankin kutal, ushimbalten.
Thank you for sharing that, Chaska. Kiara was lucky to have you.
Shik te chutzili shik.
Maletile jabob lejelo. Juntul sakbalche. Meili kilichkun.
Hello. Are you an outcast?
Hey, Chic, Bichabel.
I heard you talking about a white capybara.
Why? Machen humpeli, ujajile yap yani.
Pisco sent me to speak to all those who are cast out. You're a hunter.
Meyen beklao, cache colnalen. Vale maujumilen le gustal bello. Gelanin wuyi kimba. Kunakalin wol yetel, bukaj balov unaj, kachin betik yetel, bashop kupatik in kuchkabalil, kain betej, tzoke, timpataj ka, tinkashta himbel.
And a white capybara was responsible.
Ma, ishik, hunmuch, humpel akabe, o kop hanal tinkol, tu pepe chatop tu lakal, mishbal timbetaj, chentin wilahov, tintuk lak tune, hunmuch capibaro, tu lakal sakop. Gustun ka in tsonobe, gustun ka hawak, in meyachtik kashe?
So you did it?
Umpel bal hach uts tu betach, tentin kustal, in yumetu tokach tentu lakal, tu tzach le pasel ti in kiko, balema kushin algeni, bechlae achtsonen, sak paimo, uyalalten.
Thank you for the entertaining story, Paimo.
Nip ola, Lishik.
Take chawilbasho, kinkonik hachmakohi.
Hello.
Bishabel, de Chlara, ¿masa? Pisco tushtech.
He did.
Morika, sokkate ninguyik, akaba behla elara. Le ahkilich kun esajobo, uyaliko bakaba. Tech cajes, le sas kun ajesilo. Tech kasht, ujekalab chakchel.
I am.
Maujikabajelanil. Yaniliu yuchul le miso. Unaj ekhetzik. Kapatal tebeya wa ekhel chunul.
That's not an easy decision.
Taguyaj rimak. Uye yalubel yokolkap. Machen chabili. Letie utsulubulten. Beilara. Machen chabili. Wakuhetzik ukilich kunahir kukulkan. Kupalistik. Tulaka lonjetel. Yanuyala le yolukanantikon. Mawabe ji rimak. Letio oli matutan. Lekilich kunahilo. Kubetikop tumen sakajob.
Fear of what?
Sahak tibash jantan kabil, tikeshel. Vale, tibashov sahak tan kabile, janshan guay ichilone. Le kushtambalo le tile sahakilo, malekeshelo, tumen lelo mantats kuyuchul. Tukaten naya lingwol rimak, le shunana minukat, umangwa vashuti alumeyah, ti ichukashan. Nip olal. Jutsurkin. Take chawilen, guayanula kuabash, kabet tech.
Pisco?
Sokatsik baljetelob masa?
I have.
Bale leili maanate.
They all had hope.
Yanatsik uhahi la wolwa akat, anahalt lebashalo, Lara. Machena lab olali, tulaka le tohol chintabobo, tanuhokolov, tanil tutumben kushtalob, keshbeyo.
Even you, Pisco.
Bey, tenuhach malov, akbashalil patoliway paititi, malop tile kimena.
Not bad at all.
Bishtun tukaten, baashta kanach.
I learned that sacrifice can make your life better. That you shouldn't be constrained by the legacy of your family. You can find your own path. Love is stronger than death, and you need to believe in something greater than yourself. But ultimately, you can't control everything. It's what you make of your situation that defines you.
Hachpei, Lara. Hachhechel tawol makimenechi. Takiyekin tu klike. Tu petach lebaki bulobo. Tumen minanchach kintaktik. Vale. Maletile achinik lebakil bulobo. Betik unahalmak. Uitsatil pol le achbashalo.
I see that now.
Mashka tu klik yolal. Shkat kunsan moreka.
She was expecting me. She seemed to know quite a bit about me.
Leteya baja lujohelishik. Tukuchi lukonole. Yabhat ut nuklop jani. Nuklop chen yumtsilop kahot mahil.
I saw.
Tutsakte chuts tumenkulan. Letiesu kuhokolu. Paititi kilubinu cha shokilu konol.
She seemed the most optimistic.
Bey, Leti. Paititi yanton humpel tukul. Juntul make leti beti kubel. Matubeita lek jejik bashop kunuchul. Chen le balop ek betiko. Humpel balu na hukanik taki. Hach malop.
Thank you, Pisco. I'll bring the dice back to Taki. I found your dice, Taki.
Why? Nib olal.
Didn't you say Pisco stole your dice?
Tulakal mak uyohel pisco kuyokol.
According to him, you wanted to play a game and you lost.
Matuchay inkabashal. Ulak junten. Kachet sok inahale.
Pisco wanted you to know.
Maletileu pulul. Levakil bulbetik. Unahal mako. Uit satil polbetik. Beleken sutuk. Imbakil bulob. Kupaktal intuntah. Nib olal tukate nishik.
The pilgrimage came to a fork of 2 rivers and decided to settle. They erected 2 pyramids and began their new lives as protectors of the box.
Gosh!
This describes something nearby. I lie silent where arrows once flew, guarding a door which will no longer open. This is great. don't have enough space for that.
I don't know. We're trying to keep a low profile.
I would go. Only I can't abandon my post here. Time is running short. It would mean a lot to Queen Honoratu and the rebellion.
Sok, guau chukokta lupol le tanque le movo. Tinguilaj mejen palal tanusitop bei cabras. Teichi lukashi le cajó. Tuki mensajenop yetel hasajol. Que shi wat sokuman. Uyajile hela. Lok bayan.
Not quite yet, I'm afraid.
Hach mabello. Valeyana betik. Kel vish le mejen palalova. Kelili unakal. Yolov tijel bashak. Tuyilahop te canalo.
This describes something nearby. A lone sentry stands guard over me and his harvest. Impossible. I can't carry anymore. The Inca use a combination of freeze-drying and salt to preserve just about anything edible. Charqui and chunos are basically meat and potatoes. Delicious. Born to famine, raised in rebellion, orphaned but never alone, he rises as the sun.
Ina alike, wakim bashal taktuno, leuwakai, letushku lubu lehau, yanukushil. Tumen kutultike, hach sak pensil yetel, matu natike, ya bash kichkelen, yan ichil.
November 1603. With a local man as a guide, Lopez, the soldiers, and I set out from the city before first light. Just as well, as a terrible flu began to spread through the population. Lopez is convinced his artifact does not lie in the city itself, but somewhere just outside. I asked if it was not somewhat hypocritical to enlist the help of those loathsome people. Do not loathe them, he said, any more than you would these molosses. They are all creations of the Lord our God, as are we. I told him I was stunned to hear him speak in this fashion, but he took my hands and we prayed. The energy of his faith ran from him to me, until I felt the chains of doubt fall from my heart. This'll be useful. This Spanish document relates one of the many stories of El Dorado. the Golden One. When the first Spanish exploration ships returned home with their holds full of gold, the news spread like wildfire, and the stories got more extravagant with each retelling. Rumors of the Golden City gave birth to countless expeditions to the New World. This describes something nearby. The youngest of 4 turns his back on his brothers, unable to speak as I lie in his mouth. Oh my god. This is a penguin lawn ornament, painted and decorated and placed in a location of reverence. I shouldn't laugh, but it's so incongruous. The locals wouldn't be able to identify the animal it's intended to represent, and they certainly wouldn't be familiar with the material the statue is made from. There isn't any plastic in Paititi. I'd love to talk to whoever did this and learn why, what they think this penguin is. These ceremonial ceramic jars are used to store corn beer or chicha. The bottom of these apu are usually pointed, to aid when pouring into smaller serving containers. This'll be useful.
Makalmaku talamil.
The new methods of agriculture introduced by the cult of Kukulkan have only succeeded in destroying more crops. First, the bee colonies collapsed. Then the cocoa crop failed. The earth is too damaged for anything but corn to grow, and the stalks are flimsy. We must take action, or Paititi will suffer a tremendous famine. This is a traditional foot plow, still used in the Andes today, even outside Paititi. Sometimes the simple ways are still the best. "29th of November, 1603. After dinner, Lopez left the city. I followed, worried he might not return. I found him standing by the riverbank, lips moving as though in prayer. Not wishing to disturb him, I waited. His communion with God must have lasted through the night, and I regret to admit I fell asleep, for the next thing I knew, Lopez stood smiling serenely over me, the morning sun behind him, creating a halo. He helped me to my feet and clasped me in a strong embrace. "Truilos, I know where to find the artifact," he whispered in my ear.